What if the end wasn't truly the end? A story of an elderly woman who momentarily crossed over to the other side reveals a startling message from Jesus, one that could change the way we think about life, death, and eternity. This isn't just a tale of near death, it's a profound account of love, purpose, and warnings we can't afford to ignore. Let's explore her incredible journey and the revelations she brought back. It all began with an ordinary day. Mary, a 78-year-old grandmother, was surrounded by her family when she suddenly collapsed. Paramedics rushed her to the hospital, but her heart stopped beating for nearly 15 minutes. Doctors declared her clinically dead, but something extraordinary happened during that time. Mary recalled being surrounded by a serene light that was neither blinding nor dim. It was warm, inviting, and filled with an indescribable peace. She felt herself being lifted, weightless, and free from the burdens of her earthly body. It was then that she realized she wasn't alone. She described a figure radiating immense love and compassion approaching her. It was Jesus, she said, and his presence felt overwhelmingly comforting, yet powerful. Though she had been a woman of faith her entire life, nothing could have prepared her for the profound connection she felt in that moment. Jesus didn't speak immediately. Instead, he gestured for Mary to follow him, and what she saw next left her breathless, a vivid journey that revealed profound truths about the life she had lived and the mission she still had to fulfill. Jesus first took Mary through a review of her life, but this wasn't like watching a movie or flipping through memories. She felt every moment as if it were happening again, every joy, every sorrow, every decision she had ever made. Mary said this review wasn't about judgment or condemnation. Instead, it was about understanding. Jesus showed her the ripple effects of her actions, both good and bad. She saw how a kind word had lifted someone out of despair, and how a moment of anger had caused unintended hurt. What struck Mary most was the emphasis on love. Jesus explained that it wasn't the grand gestures that mattered most, but the small, everyday acts of kindness and compassion. These were the moments that truly defined a life well lived. This part of her journey left Mary deeply humbled. She realized how often she had overlooked opportunities to spread love, caught up instead in the trivial concerns of daily life. The message was clear. The greatest commandment is to love, fully, deeply, and without reservation. Next, Mary was given a glimpse of heaven, a realm so breathtaking that human words fall short of describing it. She saw landscapes more vibrant than anything on earth, colors so rich they seemed to pulse with life. The air itself felt alive, carrying a melody of peace and harmony. Mary saw people she had known in life, family members, and friends who had passed on before her. They appeared radiant, free of pain or suffering, and filled with joy. Each soul seemed to glow with a unique light, reflecting their essence. Jesus explained that heaven wasn't a distant, unreachable place, but a reality intricately connected to our earthly lives. The choices we make, the love we give, and the faith we carry all play a role in shaping our eternity. This vision filled Mary with hope and gratitude, but it also deepened her sense of responsibility. Heaven was not simply a reward, but a continuation of the love and purpose cultivated in life. As awe-inspiring as heaven was, Mary was also shown troubling visions of the world. Jesus revealed the spiritual struggles humanity faces and the consequences of turning away from divine principles. Mary saw scenes of division, greed, and indifference, families torn apart by misunderstandings, societies fractured by hatred, and a world increasingly disconnected from faith. Jesus emphasized that these weren't punishments, but natural outcomes of choices driven by selfishness and fear. Mary was also shown the power of prayer and collective faith. In moments of crisis, when people turned to God and supported one another, miracles happened. Jesus stressed that humanity still had the chance to change its trajectory, but the time to act was now. This part of the journey deeply impacted Mary. She felt an urgent need to share this message, to remind people of the importance of love, faith, and unity in overcoming the darkness. Jesus then turned Mary's attention to her family, showing her the unseen struggles they faced. She saw her son battling feelings of inadequacy, her daughter silently carrying the weight of unspoken grief, and her grandchildren navigating a world filled with distractions and challenges. Jesus conveyed a message of hope and encouragement for each family member. He reminded Mary of the importance of being present, of offering guidance without judgment, and of creating a space where love and understanding could thrive. Mary also received personal guidance for herself. Jesus reassured her that it wasn't too late to make a difference, to be the beacon of light her family needed. This message reignited her sense of purpose and filled her heart with determination. When Mary later shared these insights with her family, it brought them closer together. Her son found the courage to open up about his struggles. Her daughter felt seen and supported, and her grandchildren became curious about the faith that had sustained their grandmother through life's trials. Mary was shown that her story wasn't just for her family, it was a message for all of humanity. Jesus emphasized that people across the world are too often caught up in materialism, pride, and distractions that pull them away from their spiritual purpose. One of the key lessons Mary learned was about humility. She saw that the ego often blinds people to the needs of others and separates them from God. Jesus urged her to share the importance of surrendering pride and accepting humility as a pathway to love and connection. Another vital lesson was about forgiveness. Mary witnessed how grudges and bitterness create invisible chains that weigh down both the individual and those around them. Jesus explained that forgiveness isn't just for the person being forgiven, it's a gift of freedom for the forgiver as well. Mary returned with a deep sense of responsibility to remind people that their actions, thoughts, and choices ripple across time and space. Each small act of kindness, every moment of compassion, contributes to a larger purpose, one that transcends the physical world. Jesus then revealed the profound power of prayer. Mary saw how prayers, even those whispered in moments of doubt, created a direct connection between humanity and the divine. Each prayer, no matter how small or imperfect, was like a beacon of light in the spiritual realm. Mary was shown the collective strength of prayer. She saw how societies coming together in faith could spark miracles, heal broken relationships, and inspire hope in the darkest of times. Jesus reminded her that prayer wasn't about asking for material wealth or comfort, but about seeking guidance, strength, and clarity. Faith, Jesus explained, was more than belief. It was trust. Trust that even in moments of suffering, God's plan is unfolding in ways that humans cannot fully understand. This trust gives people the courage to persevere, to love when it's difficult, and to remain steadfast in the face of adversity. Mary returned with a renewed understanding of prayer and faith as tools for transformation, not just for herself, but for anyone willing to open their hearts to divine guidance. Despite the warnings and the struggles Mary was shown, Jesus also shared a profound message of hope. He revealed that, no matter how dark the world might seem, the light of love and faith is never extinguished. Mary saw glimpses of people performing small acts of kindness that had a ripple effect, changing lives in ways they might never realize. Jesus emphasized that every person has the power to make a difference, no matter how insignificant their actions may feel at the moment. This hope wasn't blind optimism, but a call to action. Jesus urged Mary to remind humanity that change begins with individual choices. When people choose compassion over judgment, generosity over greed, and love over hate, they contribute to a brighter future for everyone. Mary's journey taught her that while challenges are inevitable, hope remains a guiding force. It's the spark that encourages people to rise above fear and division, to work together, and to build a world grounded in love and understanding. After what felt like an eternity in the presence of Jesus, Mary was told it wasn't yet her time. She had a mission to fulfill, to share what she had seen and inspire others to reconnect with their faith and purpose. The return to her body wasn't easy. Mary described the sensation as being pulled back into a space that felt heavy and restrictive compared to the freedom she experienced on the other side. When she awoke, her family was stunned. Doctors had declared her clinically dead, yet here she was, alive and alert. Mary's recovery was miraculous. She felt a renewed sense of vitality, as though her experience had filled her with energy and clarity she hadn't known in years. She began sharing her story with anyone who would listen, driven by a sense of urgency to spread the message she had received. Her journey back to life wasn't without challenges. Some doubted her story, while others dismissed it as a hallucination. But Mary remained steadfast, knowing the truth of what she had experienced and the importance of her mission. Mary's story is not just one of inspiration, but also one of responsibility. Jesus made it clear that every person has a role to play in shaping the future, whether through acts of love, moments of faith, or simply by being a source of light in someone's darkness. Mary urges people to reconnect with their spiritual selves, to take time for reflection, prayer, and understanding the deeper purpose of their lives. She emphasizes that it's never too late to start, no matter where you are in your journey. Her message isn't about fear, but about empowerment. Jesus showed her that humanity has the tools to overcome division and despair, but must choose to use them. Love, faith, and hope are not just abstract concepts, but powerful forces that can transform lives and societies. Mary's experience reminds us that we're all connected, and every choice we make has the potential to uplift or diminish those around us. The question she leaves us with is simple yet profound. What kind of legacy will you leave behind? Mary's journey to the other side and back isn't just a story of survival, it's a call to awaken. Her encounter with Jesus revealed profound truths about love, faith, and the power of individual action. It's a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we're never alone, and hope is always within reach. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Together, let's explore the deeper questions of life and faith.